burn. I learned to smile through clenched teeth, to keep the peace, to keep control. I buried every word I meant, so no one knew the toll. They said be calm, don't make a scene, so I swallowed every flame. But fire doesn't disappear, it just learns another name. I don't shout, I don't fight, I memorize every slight. I learned to swallow fire and let it live inside. Every time I bit my tongue, something in me hard and dry. I learned to swallow fire so the world could sleep in peace. But all that rage I never showed is waking up in me. I keep my anger dressed in gray so no one feels afraid. I turn injustice into calm and call it being safe. You never saw the heat beneath the silence that I chose. But quiet doesn't mean it's gone, it means nobody knows. I didn't lose my temper, I just learned how to. I learned to swallow fire till my chest began to ache. Every it's okay I said was another lie I made. I learned to swallow fire till my hands began to shake. You thought I'd never push back because you never felt the weight. If anger scares you, you've never been burned by holding it in till it's all that you've learned. I'm not explosive, I'm precise. I remember, I don't forget. No smoke, no sound, just heat breaking ground. I learned to swallow fire, but I'm done pretending calm. I don't need to scorch the world to prove where I'm coming from. I learned to swallow fire, now I choose when it's released. You mistook my silence for weakness, not restraint, not peace. Low strings fade, the fire still it just dances to me. No piano, restrained strings. I still look fine from the outside. I learned how to hold my breath when the room feels too aware. I keep my voice steady and calm while everything tears in there. You see me standing still intact, but you don't hear the sound of every promise in my chest quietly breaking down. I'm not falling apart tonight, I'm just splitting in two. wrapped in laughter, wrapped in light. I fix everyone around me so they don't ask if I'm alright. I've mastered looking fearless while I'm losing who I am. I don't collapse in front of you, I break when no one can. I don't need saving in public, I'm drowning alone. I'm cracking where you can't see, underneath the words I choose. I keep my heart in fragments so I don't have to lose. I'm cracking where you can't see, every breath a quiet fight. I don't fall down on the surface, I cave in every night. If I show you the fracture, would you stay or turn away? If I let myself shatter, would you know what to say? Or would you love me less if I stop pretending I'm okay? Too close, you'll see the cracks in me. I'm cracking where you can't see, but I'm tired of hiding pain. I don't need to be unbroken, just honest in the rain. I'm cracking where you can't see, but the truth is breaking through. If I finally fall apart, I might finally be true. Piano fade strings linger. I'm not home, but I'm still here. Piano echoes softly. I still set the light on, like you're coming home tonight. I kept your voice inside my head, like you never said goodbye. I memorized the way you lived, but chose another lie. Your side of the bed stays cold, but I sleep like you're still there. I talk to shadows in the dark and call it prayer. If I don't say my life. I pretended you were still here until pretending broke my breath. I can't keep loving who you were and call it life instead. I pretended you were still here, but the truth keeps pulling through. If I stay trapped inside this dream, I disappear with you. In your face, strings linger. Tonight the light goes out, and I'm still here. I don't rush the ground, I let it hold me. I move like everything is new, even the weight of air. I test each step I take like I'm not sure I'm there. My hands still shake when I reach out. My voice still breaks in two, but I'm not hiding from the mirror now. I'm learning what is true. I don't ask to be fearless, just honest. I'm learning how to stand again on legs that still feel weak. I don't need to run toward the future, I just need solid ground beneath. I'm learning how to stand again without the armor I wore. I don't feel ready, but I don't feel broken anymore. I stopped measuring my worth by what I couldn't save. I stopped calling every scar a sign that I'm too late. I listen to my breathing now like it's something sacred. I don't know the word perfection, I just owe myself presence. I don't need to rise above, I need to stay. I'm learning how to stand again in the quiet after pain. I don't rebuild who I used to be, I let her gently fade. I'm learning how to stand again, not taller, just aware. I don't need to prove I survived, I'm still here. If healing isn't loud, if it doesn't look like light, then let it be this moment where I choose my life. No promise, no vow, just now. One breath, one step, enough. One breath, one step, enough. I'm learning how to stand again, and that's more than I could do. I stay standing. Piano drift strings open. I don't drop you, I let you go. I carried you like fragile glass, afraid of what wouldn't break. I held your name inside my chest long after my hands would shake. But love isn't meant to be a weight that pulls you to the ground. Some things are meant to be remembered, not carried around. I forgive what never healed and what never tried. I set you down gently, not in anger, not in blame. I don't need to hate you to release the pain. I set you down gently with gratitude and truth. What we were still matters, but it doesn't own me to. I stopped rewriting our ending to make it hurt less inside. I let the story stay unfinished without asking why. I don't wish you harm or regret. I don't pray you'll come back. I just hope you find your peace on a different path. I don't need closure, I need space. I set you down gently where memory can rest. I don't erase the love we had, I just choose what's next. I set you down gently with the quiet goodbye. Not everything we lose is wrong, some things just pass us by. Forgiveness is a door I don't slam There's no scream left in my chest, no tears waiting to fall. Just a quiet I don't recognize. After losing it all, I thought breaking would be louder. I thought it would leave a scar, but all I hear is nothing now, and I don't know who we are. This silence isn't peace, it's what's left. After the sound of shattering, there's nothing calling my name. No anger, no sorrow, no one to blame. After the sound of shattering, I'm standing still in the dust. I don't feel strong, I don't feel weak, I just feel gone. I touch the pieces on the floor. They don't feel like they're mine. Fragments of a former self, frozen in time. I don't rush to rebuild, I don't run from the truth. I sit inside the wreckage and let it be proof. I'm not healing yet, I'm just here. After the sound of shattering, I don't ask to be saved. If this emptiness is honest, then let it stay. After the sound of shattering, I finally stop pretending that I know how to feel, or where I'm ending. If this is the space between who I was and who I'll be, then let me rest here in the quiet and breathe. No fixing, no fight, just existing tonight. After the sound of shattering, I don't reach for the light. I let the dark sit beside me, and I feel like a fight. After the sound of shattering, I don't need to be whole, I just need to stay present in the shape of my soul. Piano fades into air. The world didn't end, it just went quiet. I held myself with shaking hands, pretended I was strong enough. I glued the cracks with borrowed hope, but hope just wasn't tough. Every night I said, just breathe, like breathe and fix the pain. But air won't save a drowning heart that's tired of the strain. I didn't fall all at once, I faded piece by piece. I just went quiet. I couldn't hold myself together when the seams gave way. I lost the strength to play the role of being okay. I couldn't hold myself together when all the lights went out. I didn't shatter loud and proud. I broke it down. If weakness is admitted, I can't do this alone, then let me finally say it. I'm done being made of stone. No armor, no pose, just shaking bones. I couldn't hold myself together, and maybe that's the truth. You don't fall because you're fragile, you fall because you're used. I couldn't hold myself together, but something still remains. If this is where I lose control, then let me feel the piano fades into silence. I stopped holding on, and everything fell. Soft piano, warm strings. I stopped asking who I should be. I chased reflections in other eyes, tried to fit their dreams in my skin. I wore their words like borrowed clothes and called it fitting in. I measured myself in shadows and what I wasn't yet. I kept becoming versions of me I never actually met. I was running from myself without knowing why. I don't need to be someone else to finally belong. I don't need a better ending to say I was strong. I don't need to be someone else to feel like I'm enough. I am not a flaw to be fixed. I am made of honest love. I made peace with my reflection when I stopped asking it to change. I let my scars tell their stories without calling them shame. I'm not perfect in my healing. I still stumble when I try, but I don't punish every weakness just for being alive. I don't know the world aversion that hurts less to see. I don't need to be someone else to stand here in the light. I don't need to rewrite my past to choose my life. I don't need to be someone else to feel worthy of breath. I don't need to disappear to deserve my death. If I'm quiet, let it be quiet. If I'm soft, let it be real. I don't need to shine for anyone to know what I feel. Let me be unfinished. Let me be true. That's all I hope. That's all I'll do. No mask, no role, just soul. well. I don't need to be louder, I need to be true. I used to think strength was noise, breaking walls, raising fists. Now I feel it in the pause where I don't react, I exist. I don't chase what hurt me, I don't prove what I survived. I stand inside